So when I'd get here, all the freaking traffic was just stupid. I couldn't believe that it was so bad. So
Yeah, when I first joined Soil, I used to have to go through that every fucking weekend, traveling for rehearsals and shit.
yeah, we talked in Sacramento
Okay.
for Aftershock a couple of years back.
Oh shit, yeah, that was some years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then we also talked. Was it Warp Tour?
Would have been warp.
No.
No.
We talked
Never. Lucky enough to never do a warp.
Was it? Where the hell was it? Maybe. Well, no. Rock on the Range.
Could have been.
Could have been Rock on the Range. Yeah.
Could have been either band on that one, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember talking to you. Like I said, I was behind the fence in the media, and you were just pulling in the what you call it, in your
At Deathmobile?
yeah
Yeah. Soil. Yeah.
yeah with Soil, yeah. So, all right, are you ready?
We're already rolling.
We're already rolling.
Oh,
Okay.
You never know what you might want.
All right. We're sitting here with Ryan from Drowning Pool. You might recognize him also from Soil. You can tell by the hat. I think you've had that hat for quite a while.
I've had versions of it. Yeah.
Yeah, quite a few. So this is kind of, to me, this is almost like a throwback concert to the 80s where you have, three good bands playing together. Like in the 80s, you used to have, like I see
Oh, okay. I thought you were
Metallica
saying that we were all from the 80s. Like,
No.
Man, we're already old enough. You don't have to.
I'm gonna be 55 this year, so.
Right.
But I mean, I see Autograph open for Motley Crue, Metallica
Right,
open up
right.
for Ozzy. So this is kind of like Thor. You got three great bands playing together. How did you guys get you guys all together to do this?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
That's a great answer for your question. It's
That's
exactly
perfect.
what every interviewer wants to hear. Yes.
Fuck, I don't know.
Yes, no, and I have no fucking idea. No, we've all known each other for so long.
Yeah.
Years and years and years. So it was just one of those things where I think it started out with Saliva and us talking, and then it just, and then they started trying to put the package together, and Natalie did his way, and Any Given Sin, we were lucky enough to bring them on board, and so it just made one hell of a strong package. I mean,
It is. It's a real strong package. It's really good.
It's been fun.
Yeah. Now I saw a picture with you and I can't think of the guy's name from Lines of Loyalty
Okay.
with your stubs.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I saw that.
Right.
I saw that. Now that's a band. That's another band that's fast on the rise.
What was that? Northwoods Rock Rally,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Yeah, nice guys too.
They're good guys.
Just,
Yeah. And I saw their very first concert up in Wisconsin.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, their
Okay.
very first one, and it was just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. So,
Great.
all right. So let's see. How long have you been with Drowning Pool now?
Oh boy! If you go back originally, I joined the band in 2004 and was with them until 2011, I think.
Okay.
And then just got back with them here at the beginning earlier this year, just a few months ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I read something about you just came back
Yeah.
with them. Now, Soil's playing a show coming up. Where the hell is it? Is it a Hard Rock? With Ra?
We've got we're doing kind of the same thing in what is that? January, February, March. In March of next year, we're doing Union Underground is
Yes.
getting back together.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's going to be Union Underground, Soil, Raw, and Flaw.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew I saw it. My son works security at Hard Rock, so I get all the information. I get
Gotcha.
everything that's coming up.
Yeah, that one's coming up in March.
Yeah, that's in March. So, how is this going for you? Has it been a long road? I know this is a very long tour.
It is.
Yeah, and like you said, we're old enough. We
Right.
going on tour is
That was a funny thing talking about the age and all. We were when they were putting the routing together for this tour, there were several different forms of the routing for this tour before it finally settled on what it is now. And when I say routing, I'm just referring to where we're playing and in what order.
Right.
And at one point, there were 9 shows in a row. And
every night.
yeah, there were 9 shows in a row where it was just boom within the tour, because the tour is 2 months long as it is. Basically, it's like 7 weeks plus, I think.
Yeah.
But there was one little spot where there was 9 shows in a row, no days off. And I'm talking to our tour man, our booking agent, Andrew Goodfriend with TKO, And I could tell he was doing something else in the back. I could hear him typing in the background. So he's not really paying attention to what I'm saying and all. And he's just asking me questions. And he was like, hey, I've been meaning to ask you, how many shows how many shows are you comfortable with doing in a row these days? Because, just haven't been back with the band very long. And I said, well, by the looks of that routing, I'm sure as hell hoping it's 9. And he was like, well, yeah. And then he stopped and he started laughing. He goes, oh, you saw that, did you? And I went, yeah, I saw that. I said, 29-year-old me would have been pissed off at that, let alone 49-year-old me. But luckily that didn't happen. But we did just get done with 7 in a row. We did 7 in a row, day off, and then we got 5 here. So basically, I think we had about like 12 and 13 days is what we're in the middle of right now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not too bad with a couple days out there and there, so that ain't too bad.
That 7 had us all just waiting to see whose voice is going to crap out first. Yeah.
Mine would have been gone after day 2.
Yeah, I surprised myself. I got through and I was like, all right. I didn't say anything, but inside I was going, yeah.
Yeah, really.
The old man can still do it, all right.
So, okay, a couple questions that our listeners like to know.
Okay.
If you could sit down with somebody, alive or dead, who would you like to sit down to and just pick their brain? It could be about, music, philosophy, whatever. Who would somebody that you would like to talk to?
Man, that's a toughie. Because there's a lot of people throughout here. I love history.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people in the history books. But I'm sure there are people, probably music fans out there that's asking these questions. So we'll keep it in the music world.
Okay.
For me, right away as a fan, I think of like Lane Staley and stuff, because to me, someone who writes lyrics, Lane and Jerry had a way of writing about something that no matter what they were writing about, no matter what they were experiencing when they wrote about it, they could have been writing about a empty Coke can.
Right.
But the way they did it, the way they worded things, and the way they left it kind of open-ended in a way, for lack of a better term, the way they left a lot of their lyrics interpretive, you felt like they were singing about your life.
Yeah.
And I've always kind of, I've never wanted to talk about, because of the feelings I had about that as a fan of their music. I never wanted to really talk about what the songs meant to me, because that's not what's important. What's important is that the song, someone else is relating to it, and it's saying to them what they need said at that point in time.
Right.
'Cause that's what Alice in Chains did for me. But honestly, on a selfish side, man, Dimebag or Dave, just because I miss them.
Yeah. And horrible incidents, It's just... But,
they're good friends. I'd love to have another conversation.
Yeah. So, I don't know, you were started with Drowning Pool. One of the questions is where did Drowning Pool come from? Where did that name... How did you guys come up with
There
that?
is a joking... there's a joke behind that.
Okay.
The guys used to use, when you're young and you just want to be cool.
Yeah.
And it was that was the movie that Stevie had this technique of getting laid when he was a younger man. And when he'd have a lady over at the house, he'd always put in the most boring movie that he possibly could, so that she wouldn't be interested in the movie at all, and he'd have a chance. and then the movie that he used more times than not was the movie The Drowning Pool with Paul Newman.
No shit.
And so that was the kind of the tongue-in-cheek answer to that question back in the day.
That's awesome.
Honest, I don't know the true answer.
Yeah.
I only know the bullshit one, which is funny. So you just stick with it. Yeah.
No, that's the better answer than
right.
fuck. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, the real answer probably sucks.
Yeah,
but
really.
at least this one has some has some legs to it.
That's an awesome. Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's an awesome bullshit story.
That's an awesome bullshit story. All right, so we'll go one more. If you could play any place in the world, venue, country that you haven't,
Oh, that I haven't.
or that you would like to go back to, where would be somewhere you would like to go?
Man, I've gotten to play everywhere I can think of.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've been in the industry for quite some time. So
A day or two. Yeah, a day or two.
Yeah, a day or two. Mm-hmm.
I can't think of anywhere that I haven't played. I can't think of any countries or anything. Excuse me. So to say again would be my favorite venue. One of my favorite venues of all time was a place called the London Astoria, and it was a great place. And it got torn down when London hosted the Olympics
Really?
a while back. And it was without question one of my favorite venues. So much so that a fan sent me a time-lapse video of them tearing the city block down that the Astoria was on, and I got like teary-eyed watching it.
Yeah.
That place was it was a nightmare for the crew. It was a nightmare for everybody involved because it was in the city of London.
Yeah.
So it was what we would say was a throw and go. I mean, the bus would pull up, the crew would have to jump out, run, because you can't park a bus in the city in London.
Oh, no.
So the crew would have to jump out, run over, unload the trailer real quick, and then the band would have to grab everything they would need for the day and jump off the bus, and you go into the Astoria, and the bus would go and park outside the city limits, or go find a place where they could park
Right.
in London, and because there are places you can park, but at that particular area you couldn't.
Okay.
So and then the crew not only then had to wake up and do that immediately first thing in the day, but then to get to the loading area, which is in the back of the building of the city block that the Astoria was in, was a old school cobblestone alley. So they're
Christ.
pushing all this immensely heavy equipment and stuff down this
And little casters.
cobblestone thing, and then you get behind there, and it wasn't directly into the place. You loaded into the second floor from the first floor. So they had a pulley system that came out, and they pulleyed each piece of gear up to the
my
second floor.
God.
So it was a nightmare for the
Yeah.
crew. And then as far as even just the amenities go, the backstage area was typical old school London. So your hallways are really thin and stuff, because everybody was small back then. So your hallways are thin, and it smelled, and it was an old crusty place. But we sold that place out every time we ever played
Really?
it, and it was a big place. It was just amazing, and the crowd was always amazing, and just so many good memories there. So yeah, that would be my place to.
Okay.
If I could go back and do something again, it'd be going back and just having fun at the Astoria one more time.
Did you keep the video that they sent?
No, I burned the computer that I was watching it on because I hate no, but I still to this day have a photo. Actually, one of my best friends is a gentleman, Josh Watts. He was the one guy from back home in Indiana that I took with me when things started happening.
Uh-huh.
And he was Soil's stage manager and drum tech for years, for my entire first run with Soil. And we're still one of my best friends to this day. And for his birthday a couple of years ago, I got him this great big blown up picture of somebody took it. So I sent it to me one day of like the first time we ever headlined the Astoria, and it's of the front of it, which is a cool, real old school looking front of a London building. But on the marquee, of course, it says Soil and everything on it. And yeah, it's just always been a special.
That's cool.
place, yeah.
That's really cool. All right, guys. Drowning Pool's coming up here. Check them out on their website. Obviously, go to their shows to get the hard copies of their albums. They can also, you guys got vinyl going on too?
We do. We have vinyl, and there's so many plans coming up because as soon as I got back in the band, it's like it lit a fire under Stevie and
Really?
CJ, and we've been writing like mad. So we got new music ready to get into the studio and get some new songs out there, and we're just having fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of big news show wise that we can't announce yet.
Right.
But when we so there'll be a lot of reasons to stop by the Drowning Pool site and you know not to. Well, this is the Drowning Pool interview, so we'll just say
Yes.
this way. A lot of cool stuff happening.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff
so-
happening with Drowning Pool. You got to go check them out. It's going to be a great show. Obviously, like I said, you know them from Soil too. Are you taking a break between Drowning Pool and then the Soil shows, or is that when you're going to be recording?
Yes, right now there's not any really bad like close things. Just a couple of months ago, I had like a run of Drowning Pool shows, 2 days off, and then some Soil shows, and I realized then that that's not a long enough break between, because I was walking around the city before the first Soil show, and I'm trying to go over lyrics in my head.
Yeah.
And I stopped, and I was like, "No, that's Sinner, you dumbass." So yeah, we were talking about that just the other day. Actually, I was like, you got to give me at least a week off between the two
to get the lyrics reset.
Yeah, get the head reset, and just to go home and see my wife for a few days.
Well, yeah, that'd be good too.
Right.
Now, are you guys still living in Indiana?
No, I've lived in England the last 6 years.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
See, it's
yeah.
been a while since I talked to you. It's been quite a while.
I moved to England. It would be 6 years this year. I moved to England, and
Okay.
I've been living there.
Okay, yeah, because you are originally from Indiana.
Originally Indiana, and then bounced all over the United States here. And
Yeah.
called a lot of different places home for short periods of time, but got married to an English girl and been over
Been
there
there ever since, huh? Well, good for you.
Until
I'm
she
happy.
wises up and kicks me out, I'll be over there.
What's her name?
Chantel.
Chantel?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't kick him out.
Love you.
He loves you.
Yeah.
So, all right, Ryan, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And we'll probably be seeing you with Soil during those shows too, because
cool.
you're going to be around the area.
Yeah.
So we'll probably be there too. So
All right. Sounds good.
maybe we'll talk again.
I hope so.
All right.
for
That's
your
Ryan with Drowning Pool. We'll see you guys later on Asgard Radio.